Hello, everyone. I'm Brittany Kalis with SIG University. Today, in our next installment of Meet the Faculty Fridays series, we are talking with Tom Ciardiello, one of SIG's lead faculty members. In this series, we're meeting with faculty members of SIG University to get to know them a bit better and ask a few questions about SIG University and the program. Tom, could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
I would love to, Brittany. Thank you. So glad to be a part of the SIG faculty. Been a longstanding member of SIG and also a part of the SIG program development work. You know, when Dawn first brought up the idea, I thought it was a great idea, and it's just a great program. A little about myself. So my background ranges from beginning my career throughout my career, worked in finance and accounting, and then drifted into supply chain. I've done procurement supply chain for about 20 plus years now, heavily focused in the financial industry and on the technology sectors, all on the indirect side. And just a strong advocate, and why I've loved being part of CU. Always throughout my career, been a strong advocate of training, education, and the value that it brings to us throughout our career.
Okay. Great, thank you, Tom. So Tom, you are one of SIG University's faculty for both Certified Sourcing Professional and Certified Supplier Management Professional. Could you tell me why you decided to be the faculty for SIG University?
Yes, so I've been a longstanding member of SIG. I also teach on the adjunct faculty side at a local community college. I like being part of SIG and being a faculty in both programs, because what I like about the programs is they bring, the way they've been developed is from just a great theoretical textbook, all the things that our young professionals and even our advanced professionals need to know to be effective in supply chain. My contribution to that, and why I always love to volunteer to be faculty for a week or for several weeks, is to help with the students and take that textbook approach and give them some challenging questions, share some of my experiences relative to the topics, and try to get some discussion around that and get them thinking and not just learning and memorizing definitions and content. So it's fun. It's just enjoyable for me to work with the students.
That's wonderful, Tom. So that kind of leads me into my next question. So you review the student essays for both CSP and CSMP programs at the end of each semester, where you provide feedback to the students on the topics that they choose to write about from their program experience. So I know the students get a lot out of the feedback and advice that you provide them, but what do you enjoy most about reading these essays each semester?
I tell you what I love most about the essays is hearing their experiences. The students have been so great about not just, a lot of times, think about back when we were in college and we had to write an essay, we would write an essay and whatever, just wrote them down to get it done and kind of check that box. But what I love about the SIG students is they take the time to actually put some thought into it and share their real world, their experiences at work, kind of describe their program, what they're experiencing. And it's almost a very personal essay in some respects, about how they've connected the dots of what they've learned in the program to what they've done and seen at work. And oftentimes you can just read these essays and you can hear the aha moment they're having after they finish the program. So it's fun to interact with that and then respond to that and kind of balance it with some advice. Again, kind of bringing my experiences of the years I've worked in supply chain and saying, while, for example, with the topic might be governance, and while that's a great topic, give them some practical thoughts as to, okay, as you go down that path, give this some consideration as you develop that program. So hopefully they find that helpful.
Yes, thank you so much, Tom. I know that your advice that you give and your response to those essays is so helpful. So you served as faculty at one time or another for each week of the CSP program. So in week 2 of CSP, we introduced strategic sourcing, change management, stakeholder management, business ethics, and business law. Why is it important to differentiate strategic sourcing from sourcing, and why is it differentiated in the training?
I think it's important because there's different levels of sourcing. We generally define sourcing more as the day-to-day, I guess more of a transactional type view, if that's might not be the best way to describe it. We're strategic, and where we can add tremendous value to our business partners that we work with within our companies is to be strategic in the sense that we partner with them, we understand their business, we're able to do more than just the sourcing events. If we come out of this, if we do our jobs and just think we need to do sourcing events, frankly, it's not might not. I think most of us will find it not very fulfilling. and our business partners might not see a lot of value add there. But if we can think strategically in nature, understanding what their needs are from a sourcing perspective, how it impacts their business, what they're doing, and how we can add value to that. It's really all the other parts of it and more of the consulting that we do with them that make us more of that strategic business partner, allows us to be effective in our jobs.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with that answer, Tom. That was wonderful. So why do you think it's important to have a lesson on change management from a sourcing perspective?
Change management is a huge topic and often missed by sourcing people. Especially early on in our careers, we don't understand the impact of change management because people in general in human nature tend to be very change adverse. People have different perspectives about the change impacting their jobs. People know what they do and they know the suppliers they work with, and many are hesitant to change. So to understand that's just a very key module in the program, to understand how to work with our stakeholders and how to affect change so that they buy into it and they truly want to own it and they truly want to make it successful. Because without that, if we just drive change through the system and through the program, you're going to find a lot of resistance, and you're going to find people that'll want to derail what you're trying to accomplish and what your stakeholders are trying to accomplish. So understand how to be effective in that, and listening to your stakeholders and listening to the people that might not be as resonant and joining that program and affecting that change and working with them to understand the whys is very instrumental in getting that job done and driving change.
Finally, Tom, what recommendations do you have for students that are looking to take the CSP program?
I think my advice to the students that are looking to take it, definitely take it. A lot of people are hesitant, especially as we get on in our careers. Typically young professionals are very, very open-minded. It's almost like their mind is kind of formative and they want to learn and they're open to that education and that training. People as they get on in their careers, especially people at the senior level and the CPO level, at some point in our careers, we tend to adopt the attitude that we know it all and you're not gonna be able to teach me anything. And I would say that to everyone along that spectrum, from the people right out of the gate, out of school, beginning their supply chain career, up to the CPOs, we just don't know it all. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn a different perspective on a topic you know very well and live day to day. You're gonna have interactions with other students, discussions with the faculty, and you're gonna walk away with a few nuggets. I guess I compare it to why we go to summits and seminars. We typically don't go there because it's a topic we never heard of and it's brand new to us, but we always seem to walk away with something new that we can take back to our jobs, take back to our office, and just make us better. Education just makes us better all the way around. So my advice is go for it. If your company is willing to sponsor you and send you to SIG and go through these programs, absolutely take it. It's another feather in your cap. And it's going to make you that much of a stronger person, that much more valuable in your career in your company.
And Tom, can you give us any tips on how students can get the most out of taking the CSP program?
Absolutely, Brittany. I love that question because it's a hot button for me. All the weeks I teach the class or faculty and modular section, what I'd like to see more of, and I think students don't realize the value they get out of it, which is engaging in discussions. So they'll note that as you take these programs, you're not just reading and taking little quizzes. There's an opportunity for discussions every week with the faculty and with the other students. And the more you engage in those discussions, respond to the faculty questions, respond to other comments the students have, and engage in that kind of dialogue, you'll be amazed at the end of it how much you'll get out of it to complement what you've learned in the program. So if you have the opportunity to take these programs, definitely engage in the dialogues and discussions.
I have to agree. I feel like you get out of it what you put into it, and you get the opportunity to network. The discussion is not only learning, but it's also networking with colleagues in the industry. So I definitely have to agree.
Absolutely. Before you know, you're going to find out that you have colleagues that have gone through or are going through the same things you're going through, and you can help each other out. And it's just another great value you get out of the program.
And that is a wrap on this installment of Faculty Friday by SIG University. Thank you, Tom, for spending a few moments with us. Thank you for your contributions to the industry.
Thank you.
And make sure to tune in each Friday to meet another member of our faculty and to learn more about SIG University.